Hello, and welcome to Dickinson's Real Deal. On this show, I help members of the public to get the very best price for their antiques and valuables. They all get a choice. Sit down with one of our regular dealers. They're going to try and buy your treasures off you for a sum of money passed over the table today.
200.
I don't think so.
I'm crying now.
If I don't think that's enough money, I'm going to say you don't have to accept that. You can gamble, you can come to the auction with me, and hopefully we will get a little bit more money there.
320 bit, 340. All out in the room, it's with me on commission.
I will always be on hand all the time to help and advise you. Today the show comes to you from Colwyn Bay in North Wales. There's a great crowd of people turned up here today. They are determined to do business. They want to sit down with our dealers and either take cash off them and put it in their pocket, or maybe gamble and go to auction, but either way, they want the real deal.
The den's chock-a-block with treats for our dealers, so let's get stuck in. It's over to Corrie Jeffrey's table where Joanna's ready to do business with her Victorian Locket.
This is lovely.
Yes, it's a nice wee piece.
And I can hear from your accent you're not local, are you?
No, a long way from home, from New Zealand.
Did you bring this all the way from New Zealand?
Not this piece, no.
So how did you come by it?
I was enjoying the charity shops on the Chilean Peninsula and came across this and thought it was a wee bit different, being a three-sided locket.
Well, let's have a look at it. And it is very, very interesting. 3 little openings. So we'll open them up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. For 3 locks of hair or 3 little pictures. And basically, it's made of mixture of metals. So this frame takes quite a lot of beating. So it's of a hard metal with a gold casing, a gilded. But these little bits inside the enamelling, which have an easier life, they don't take the same beating, are gold. So you have little sheets of gold here and the rest is a gold casing.
Okay, yes.
And I would say in date, we're talking about 1860, 1880.
Okay.
And it's just the sort of thing that would have been taken to New Zealand to keep the memory of your family alive. So it's quite interesting that you found it here. And I don't want to know what you paid for it. You tell me at the end, when there's some money on the table and you've accepted my incredibly generous offer. So any ideas what you want to do with the money? Go searching again, I hope, and bring us more lovely things.
Yes, but also put it towards a trip back to see my family as well.
Aww.
Yes.
Well, let's put some money on the table and see how you feel. Okay, 20, 40, 60. She's shaking her head. 80. Very definite, no, no, no.
Carry on. I saw your hand going into the purse there. I've just come for a closer look from the sidelines at this little locket.
Don't stop her from getting any more out, will you?
I will not stop her from giving any more out.
There is damage,
Yes.
which is a pity. So I'm coming to the end. Yes, you're right, the hand is dipping back in. Get 90 on the table. And I think that's a really good offer.
Between 50 and £100 really is the parameter of the estimations. Now, you could gamble and go to auction, but you bought this from a junk shop.
Yes.
Can I ask you what you paid in the junk shop?
£1.
Double that.
£2.
£2.
Yes.
OK. You had an amazing buy, a wonderful buy. I don't think you do a lot better in auction, and I think Corrie, who is a great dealer, has given you all of the money. See you soon in New Zealand.
£90 on the table, which I think is a really good offer, and I am just hoping you're going to say yes.
Yes.
So
We'll
we
make
have a deal.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Corrie.
Well, Joanna, you made an £82 profit, so well done and bon voyage. Next up, it's time for Helen Gardner to serve up an offer for Christine's Vienna cabinet plate.
It is very desirable, so maybe £100, something like that.
I'm not 100% sure how much it's worth, but I'd like
£125 for it.
Let's see if Helen dishes up enough dosh.
Is this a family piece? Is it yours? What's the story on it?
It was left to my mother-in-law about 50 years ago by a cousin who lived in London.
Yes.
And she left it to us, and we've looked after it ever since.
You've looked after it. It's a good
We
word.
have.
You've looked after it, and you
looked
have.
after
It's
it.
in very nice condition.
Yeah.
It's Vienna porcelain, and it is very high quality porcelain and very collectible. It's beautifully hand painted, and this is depicting a classical scene with Psyche and Cupid, I believe. We should have a look at the marks on the back, because it is Vienna, and it's got the very famous beehive. This is the Vienna mark. It is a nice thing. So why are you selling it if you like it so much, Chris?
Well, I've had it on top of a dresser for many years, but then I find it gets dusty, and I'm afraid to wash it and clean it. So
you think it's a responsibility?
It's been on top of the wardrobe in a box
no.
for a long time
now.
now.
That's a pity,
I'm
because
afraid
this thing was made for show. This would have been a showpiece to show that you had money enough to buy porcelain of this quality.
Right.
Do you want a lot of money for it, Christine?
As much as I can get.
I'm sure. How about 20, 40, how about £60 for your plate? What do you think about that?
No, I think with the detail on it, it's worth more than that.
Oh, I think it is worth
It's
more than that.
to me, yeah. No,
Oh, so you might keep it then, you think?
No.
How about if I tempt you a little bit further? Shall we say £70? How do you feel about that?
No,
You think it's worth
I think
more?
it's worth more, yes, I do.
Let me take the tenner away and tempt you at £80. And I'm getting very close to where I want to be on it. It is a very beautiful plate. £80 on the table, Christine.
I think it's more beautiful than that.
You think so?
I do, yes.
£85.
I think it's worth a little bit more.
You think it's worth a little bit more?
A bit more, yeah.
I'll go one more fiver. Look, there's £90. That's me finished.
You want to make it 100?
I'm not going to make it 100.
You're not?
Unfortunately, I'm going to be mean.
You're going to be mean.
No, I'm going to stick at 90.
I think I'll take it to auction.
Well, I hope you do really well at auction with it.
I'd thought of 100, 120 in my mind, and I was determined I was going to stick to it.
Right, Christine, let's head over to the sale room to find out if that determination pays off. The Dukes seem to think it would. Auctioneer Simon Bauer is ready to go.
20 with me on commission.
The estimate is 80 to 100, but I like this, and I do expect it to do a lot better than that. Fingers crossed. Let's hope the buyers are here. I think you've made the right decision by coming to the auction. Here we go.
Top quality, isn't it? The Vienna cabinet plate. A lot of interest in this today, gentlemen, so book bids dictate I have to start at £270. Okay, £270.
Straight in. At 270, 280, 290. It doesn't surprise me because these plates are superb quality. The Rolls Royce.
All the phones are out at £300. So 310.
Taking you by surprise, doesn't it?
At £320. Hammers up then at 320.
£320. A nice surprised look on your face. A bit of commission's got to come off. I make that about £262.
That's super. I thought I'd be taking it.
Okay. So, a nice surprise.
Yeah.
It came good in the sale room, even better than we thought. And you're going home with a real deal of £262. And that put a smile on Christine's face.
That's not surprising. She got over double what she wanted. Back in the den, it's time for a deal with David, Ford and Jean.
I brought in a fob watch and chain. I'm hoping to get £80 for it. I'll just try my best and badger him.
Let's find out if your strategy works.
So what's the story? Where did you get this nice watch and chain?
It was my dad's, who's passed away now, and he was a watch mender by hobby. and I picked this out of the bunch of watches to bring to see what you could give me for it.
Sadly, it's a dying profession, watchmenders.
I know.
There aren't people learning the trade in the same way, learning those skills. So it becomes more and more difficult if a watch isn't working.
Right.
And I notice this one isn't.
No.
To get them repaired, it's become very expensive.
Yeah.
I see the makers are called Coltman and Day of Dewsbury, and I don't know whether they're the makers or the retailers.
Right.
They may be quite good makers, but being country makers rather than capital city makers, they're probably not as important as one would like.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's silver. It'll almost certainly have a fusee movement, which is a kind of elliptical drum with a chain running around it, and probably that chain has got broken, I would think. The watch probably dates around about 1870, that sort of date. I noticed on the top here that somebody's had a bit of a go at it with something like a screwdriver or something and scratched it, which is a bit of a shame. But the face is in good order.
Yeah.
It can be repaired. The chain, the Albert, as it's called, is a little bit later. It's early 20th century.
Right.
So you've decided to sell it?
Yeah.
Because what? I mean,
Well, it's just stuck in a drawer. It might as well go.
It might as well go.
Yeah, might have a collector out there.
And we can have a bit of fun.
Yeah,
Trying to see
why
whether
not?
I can buy
Yeah.
it. Shall I get some money out?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
All right, Jean. 20, 40. How does £50?
Oh, no.
No.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
No, definitely not.
60.
No.
Here's David.
Oh.
Tell us what we're
Just
doing.
the man we want.
Yes.
I mean, £60 is on the table. It doesn't seem a lot of money for what we see visually.
Yeah.
But if we talk about the silver content, there is no more than about £50 worth there. The problem is the watch does not work. Sometimes on an object like this, the repair can be more than what the watch is worth.
Right.
We have estimations around the £60 to £80. Is that it, David? Can you squeeze another tenner out
Just a
of
little
this?
bit more.
Well, I'm a nice chap. There's another fiver.
Oh, not an orange one?
£65, Jean. The decision
Can
is
we
yours.
squeeze you for a tenner, which is...
A tenner and it's a deal.
I'll leave you with your very nice watch, which might be a bit of a gamble, but could at the end of the day turn out to be a very nice little bit of kit.
I am in the business of making a profit, you know.
I
Jean.
know,
That's
I
what
know.
I do. And you don't want me to, do you?
Not too much profit, no.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this, you know.
Yeah, but you do really.
But I don't want to look mean, do I?
No, you don't, do you?
£70.
Well, yeah, that's a
Hand
deal.
out.
Yeah, okay,
Lovely
I'm happy with that.
profit,
Thank you very
Jean.
much.
Thank
Thank you. I didn't get as much as I wanted, but considering the watch isn't working, I'm still very happy.
Glad to hear it, Jean. Coming up.
This is it, James. This is it. And that's nearly all of my profit gone.
Will Karen really go bust?
Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal.
Right, let's crack on. Next up, James is hoping Karen will think his bust is head and shoulders above the rest.
Oh, a piece of Parian. I love Parian. It's one of my favourites. I've got quite a bit of it at home. So tell me the story behind this piece.
Well, I bought it at auction 10 years ago. I just like the look of it.
Have you got many pieces of Parian, or is it just this one piece that grabbed you?
Just that piece.
Yeah? Why have you brought it along today?
Well, it's just gathering dust at the moment.
Oh, we don't want dust on our Parian, do we? It's not a good look.
No.
There's several very important factories that did Parian ware, which was a wholly English invention, and it was a body to emulate marble, but it was like a poor man's marble. It's something that the rest of us could afford. And it was able to be reproduced in such a crisp mould, and then the detail of it was beautiful. Of course, it is a bust of Jenny Lind, isn't it? And she was known as the Swedish Nightingale, wasn't she?
That's right,
Yeah, she was a Swedish lady.
about the time of sort of 1830 to about 1880, yes. Somewhere around there. Very, very famous because her voice was supposed to have been amazing. And one of her very many admirers was actually Hans Christian Andersen. And it said, although he was in love with her, I don't think she returned the feelings. And she's supposed to have inspired in him 3 of his stories. And also Barnum, the circus owner, there was a big association there, and she earned quite a fortune through him. Busts are very common. What isn't so common is Jenny Lind. Have you noticed the factory mark on this one, James? Oh, it does. It says on the bottom, doesn't it? Copeland. OK, so we know it's a Copeland one, done in 1847, which it says there, by Joseph Durham, isn't it? There's a few little sort of stress cracks going on here, but considering it's, what, 150, 60 years old,
pretty good condition.
You'd expect a few little problems there, wouldn't you? I love it. Now, what I'm going to offer you is based on what I think I can get for it. 20, 40, 60, 80 pounds, James.
Not enough.
No? You sure?
Positive.
Right, I'm going to put another 20 pounds. David, please come in. I think I'm making a fair offer, but James isn't that impressed.
That is a superb quality piece of work. Our independent valuers are saying 80 to 100, 100 to 150. I'm going to say worth a bit more, Karen.
I know Parian. I know it inside out. There's not a great deal left on that price.
A quality dealer, but a canny dealer. She'll be manoeuvring. She will want to buy this, and that is a beautiful example. Get some money down, girl.
What are we going to do?
I think a bit more.
Look, this is it, James. This is it, right? £120, and that's nearly all of my profit gone.
Not a tenner.
No.
OK, I'll take it.
Yeah?
Yes.
Shake my hand, James.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Is Karen really that squeezed on profit? Find out later how she does.
Sarah, hi.
Across the den, Sarah's hoping to clinch a deal with Helen for her Victorian poster. It's caught the eye of the Duke and auctioneer Simon Bauer, so they're on standby to make sure Sarah gets a fair price.
Now, this is an intriguing item. You must tell me all about it and where you got it.
I bought it in a car boot sale in the summer. I go every weekend with my son, treasure hunting.
As one does.
Yes, and I came across this and I just fell in love with it. I just thought it was so interesting.
It is very interesting.
Yeah.
So why did you fall in love with it? What was the attraction?
Just the image itself, and obviously when I started reading and realised what it was about as well. I understand it's about the temperance movement.
Yeah, the Temperance Society.
Yes.
It's a late Victorian print, mid to late Victorian. The Temperance Society, the Band of Hope. I remember when I was a wee girl in Glasgow, there was still Band of Hopes. So it was like a religious, like a chapel almost, and they always said that you weren't to drink alcohol. It was a temperance society. It was really just a way of getting the poor out of the gin houses. But I find it intriguing. I find that the whole message, it's very interesting. Drink has made us poor and miserable. So we're reflecting on that, and we're going to be good forever after. We're going to be insufferable and be very good. And this will give us prosperity. Got the doves up here, the lovely peace doves, so we've got everything under this tree is rosy. Interesting that it cost 1 in 6 originally. So that was what, 7.5p in today's money. And did you hang it up anywhere?
No, I hid it straight away because
You hid it?
I was worried one of the children might damage it, so I've hid it away. But I've since had a copy made.
Yes.
For my house.
That's good.
Yeah.
So you love it so much. Why are you selling it?
Well, I have the copy for myself, and
the children maybe damage the real one.
Possibly, and I just thought, oh, it might be safer in someone else's hands.
Do you think it's worth a lot of money?
I would have hoped it was, but I'm not sure.
Now, Simon, have you seen these temperance posters before?
I do come across them, but I haven't seen that exact one, I must admit. But there are sort of similar ones that crop up now and again.
I think it's interesting, but value, perhaps not a great deal of value. Where have you placed your estimation?
Well, I agree. I think it's more of an interest value rather than a monetary one. So I only think sort of 30, 40, 50 tops, really.
Okay. I think it probably is worth about 50 quid. Now, let's see what Helen puts on the table.
I don't know what to put down for this. How about £20?
No,
In fact, how about £30? £30. What do you think?
I wouldn't accept 30.
You wouldn't accept? Here's David. He's going to give you some advice.
You're probably wondering what I'm laughing at, because I'm thinking of the wee Helen back in Cromarty and this in the window. We have two estimations here. We have a 30 to 50 and we have a 60 to 80. £30, I think, is a little bit on the low side, but it's perhaps worth a little bit more.
Well, maybe I'm being a bit mean. I'm telling you, I'm going to make you one final offer. I'm going to put this offer up to £50, and that is going to be my last and final offer. But the decision is yours. What did you pay for it? You're going to tell me?
£15.
Well, not bad.
OK, final offer on the table, £50, which was about what you were saying, Simon.
Yeah, I think that's a good offer.
I think it's a good offer. Can she get more than that at the auction?
I think it's touch and go, David, to be honest.
What are you going to do?
I'm interested to see what happens if I put it in auction.
Choice is yours.
I think I'm going to put it into auction.
Well,
thank you very much,
that's
Helen.
your decision.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I hope it does well for you.
Thank you. I'm interested to take the poster to auction because I think there would be more of a broad market and perhaps there would be someone there who fell in love with it like I did.
Right then, Sarah. Better get over to the sale room to find out if there's a fan with big books there.
Coming up now is your temperance print. Now, you paid £15 for this in a car boot sale. I think it's going to be a bit of a struggle to do better than the £50, but fingers crossed. Let's see what happens.
The temperance print. The Tree of Health and Happiness, no less. Interested me on commission at £30 I start, at 30 bid on the temperance print, at 30 bid, 35, 40,
Paid 15 quid on a car boot sale. Got a good eye, you see.
45 bid. You're all out in the room, it's with me.
It's at the reserve. 45.
50 again now then. At 45, is there 50 now? 45.
OK. £45 right on the reserve. It's about 37 quid, just close to 37 quid. You've missed out a little bit by coming to auction. What is your reaction?
It was a really fun experience, so yeah. I'm okay with that.
He takes the gamble. Sometimes it wins for you, sometimes it doesn't. And it only costs you 15 quid, so...
True.
Still not a bad return. On the day, the real deal was with the wee Helen Gardner, away up there across the border.
And well done you, Sarah. At least you doubled your money. Coming up.
£250 for your painting.
I was hoping for a little bit more than that.
Really?
A little bit, yeah.
Is David out of the picture? Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal in Colwyn Bay. There's plenty of business to be done, so let's get over to David's table where James is waiting to test the water with his oil painting.
It'd be nice to get over £100 for it. I think it probably sell for about that.
Let's see if David thinks so.
James, I love your picture.
Yeah, it's very nice.
I shouldn't really say that because it doesn't do me any good, does it, if I say I like it?
No.
You know? Charming. Nice subject.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Tell me how you came to own it.
It was family inheritance from a relative that recently passed away. She had quite a bit of art. It's a very nice painting. It's just not our cup of tea. It doesn't really go in our room.
Doesn't fit
home.
in?
Not really.
What do you know about it?
Oh, I think it's Tom Durkin. I think it's mid-50s, something like that.
That would be about right.
Yeah, that's about all I know about it.
He's a good 20th century artist, quite well known. What is charming about this picture is you've got these four lovely little children, beautifully reflected down here, and I love those reflections, don't you?
Yeah.
Slightly crashing waves here. You can feel the spray almost. I mean, this is a very beautiful picture in that it's real. You could feel you were on that beach. They're probably digging for worms or something like that.
Yeah.
And I love the little hats and that sort of thing. It's just very charming.
Yeah.
Do you know where this is?
I have no idea.
I wonder if it is around North Wales. Tom Durkin painted a lot in Cornwall, so I sometimes, you know, one assumes that's probably more likely where it is, West Country.
Yeah.
It's absolutely lovely. So I will get some money out, and I'll try and buy it from you.
Okay.
Do you have an idea what you want for it, James?
I've got a figure in my head.
Have you?
Yeah.
It's more than that.
A bit more.
£100, £150, £250 for your painting.
I was hoping for a little bit more than that. Just a bit.
No. Really?
A little bit, yeah.
That's a good offer, you know.
Yeah, it is a good offer, but we was hoping for a little bit more.
Not a lot more, though, surely. I mean, I do like it, and so I will try a little harder. £270. And here's David, the man.
Rather like David, I've looked at this picture and I've thought charming, desirable, modern British, collectible, and I've looked at the estimation, £80 to £120, which looked ridiculous to me for Tom Durkin because this artist is sought after, he's desirable, he's not the most expensive artist in the world, but this picture is charming and it's got a lot going for it. So I'm going to say to you, take that money, but I'm also going to say to David, I still think you have bought yourself, in my opinion, an inexpensive picture.
Well, there you go. £270, James. How do you feel?
It's a very good offer, and I think I'd like to accept.
We have a deal.
We do, yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Let's get back to the den and park up at Karen's table for Philip's 11 dinky toys. What do you want for them?
I'm hoping to get around the £200 mark for them.
Let's hope Karen likes them.
Ordinarily, I sit here and do all the hard work.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you do it today. You tell me all about these, and you tell me why you think I should give you a good price.
Well, they are very collectible these days, dinky toys, especially if they're boxed. And I've collected them for many years, and these are just some I've got doubles of.
Oh, this is the spares, is it?
I've got a very big collection.
Yes, I've got the cast-offs in front of me,
not cast-offs. They're, you know, just say I got two of each.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to get rid of a few, make a bit more space for some.
And how long have you been collecting, Philip?
About 30 years now.
Okay, so you tell me which is your favourite here.
Well, my favourite is this one. It's got dinky toys on it.
Yeah.
And it is a bit of a rare one, that one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's an earlier one.
I have to say, if I was to choose, and I know nothing about them really, I like this one.
It is an earlier one. And it's also got the earlier box, as you can see, the plain blue box. That's how they first
So when you
came
say early, Philip, what era are you talking about?
I put that one early 50s, that one over there.
Okay.
This one is late 50s, early 60s.
Really? Because that looks almost modern, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's nice condition, that one.
Okay.
And that one's about middle 60s, that one there.
All right.
And
then we've got some army ones
the
going
army
on
ones,
here.
they brought out early 60s to you know, middle 60s, like.
Yeah.
And these in front are about the same era.
Well, you've done quite a good job. You've had a good job at selling it to me. Now, do I want to buy these off you, Philip?
I hope so.
Yeah? Well, I'm here to do my job, and I'm here to offer you some money, and that's what I'm going to do. 20, 40, 60, 80 squid.
That one there is worth more than that alone.
Really?
That one's about £100 on its own.
Is it? I'm not doing very well then, am I? Gosh. £100.
For that one.
No, for the collection, Phil, I hope to say.
I was hoping for more.
Right, I'm afraid this is going to be my last bid. £120.
No, I don't think it's enough.
No, don't say no. Say, yeah, Karen, that's a really good offer.
No, I don't think so. I was hoping up to about £200.
Oh, yeah, I'm quite a long way away then.
We're looking at about £300 for those two.
Well, Phil, I hate to say, but that is as much as I want to risk. So if you're not going to take my offer, what are you going to do?
Go to auction, I think.
Don't blame you.
Thank you very much, anyway.
I shall learn from the experience, won't I? They're going to auction, probably make good money too. Did I miss it?
Coming up, will Philip's Dinky Toys rev up the sale room?
He thinks he knows the market value.
Interested me at 100.
Find out after the break. Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal. Before the break, Karen made Philip an offer for his 11 Dinky Toys.
£120.
No, I don't think it's enough.
No, don't say no. Say, yeah, Karen, that's a really good offer.
But Philip opted for auction. Has he made the right move?
You're pretty up on the prices. Are they doing well at the moment?
We are.
You've set a reserve of 240, but that might be a little bit high. Let's see what happens.
The collection of Dinky Toys. There we are, including the horse box and the dump truck and others. Interested me at £140.
140.
At 140 bid, 160. 160 bid, 180. 200. At £200 and...
He thinks he knows the market value, and I think he does.
280. 300.
£300.
At 320 and bid at 320. All out in the back then at 320. Front the bid then at 320 and away.
£320 under the gavel. I have to bow to you and say, you really know your Dinky Toys. Karen, who knows all about all items, got this one wrong. She bid 120. I thought you were pushing the boat out at a £240 reserve, so the Duke doesn't know everything. We have to take away the commission, so you'll be going home with £262. You pleased?
Very pleased.
I bet you're smiling all over your face knowing you've still got 1,000 of these Dinky Toys.
Yeah, at least.
At least?
At least 1,000.
Tell you what a collection. Take home £262 for Philip. Now he knows his Dinky Toys.
Back in the den, Mary's gold brooch has caught Corrie's eye.
Really, really pretty piece of jewellery, and I would like to own it.
I believe it's worth a little bit of money, and I'd like to have about £300 for it.
Let's see if Corrie pays up.
This is lovely. This is really lovely. How did you get it?
I found it.
You found it? You found it?
I found it, yeah. I was working at the time, I was working in a bank, and I went out for my lunch, and there it was in the public space. I picked it up, and we put a notice up on the counter, see if anybody had lost it. Left it up there a good few months. Nobody claimed it, so the manager said I could have it.
Was that a long time ago?
45 years ago, at least 45 years ago. But I thought it was brass. I didn't know that it's possibly gold. And the children have played with it. It's been in the sandpit, it's been in the paddling pool, it's been everywhere. I love it, but I've never worn it, never used it. I've got 2 girls and a boy, and I can't give it to one. So
yeah.
I thought I would sell it.
So it was meant to come here today?
Yes, it was.
And it was meant to come to me today?
Yes,
It was. It's absolutely charming. I'm going to lift it up, and the first thing I'm going to do is turn it over. So we look at the back. And there in the back, you have a little glazed compartment.
Yes.
And that's a lock of hair that the original owner
put in it.
Whether it was a lock of the owner's hair or a lock of somebody she loved.
Yeah.
So it's a little keepsake in there, a little hidden souvenir. And this work, this very, very fine work, is called canatille work.
Canatille?
Canatille. And it's this very, very fine wire work,
All right.
which was very popular at the end of the 1700s. So This dates this little brooch is 200 years old.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it really?
And it's in lovely condition. I mean, it's a very dainty little thing. And this kind of multicoloured look and this fine canotille work is so typical of that late Georgian, early Regency period.
Right.
So a lovely, lovely little thing. And it could also be worn on a chain, so you've got a little link there that's been added later.
Yeah.
And it's just a period of jewellery that I love, absolutely love, that fine, dainty, delicate work. It's just a gentle, pretty piece of jewellery. But we don't know how much you'd like to sell it for.
No.
Well, let's try. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160.
No.
She's so determined. 180. 200.
No.
I'm very nearly there at the 200 mark.
Right.
Although it's very pretty
Yeah.
and dainty, it's not big.
No, it's not big, but it's beautiful.
I have to agree with you. And it's a brooch.
Yeah.
Which is the least fashionable piece of jewellery. Everybody loves things that go around your neck. So a brooch is the least fashionable of all pieces of jewellery.
But that could go around your neck.
Are you a diplomat?
No.
A politician by any
I wish
chance?
I was.
You are twisting my arm at 220. I'll go to 240. You are squeezing every... There's no profit left. 260.
I don't think so.
280.
If it was 300, I would take it.
I'm crying now.
I'm sorry.
300. Do we have a deal?
We have a deal.
Thank you so much. We have a deal. I wasn't going to let that brooch get away. I was going to hammer on. She was very patient.
I'm really happy. I mean, I got what I wanted for it, and somebody else can enjoy it.
Mary hit her target. At £300, she made the biggest profit of the day. But did our dealers do as well? Helen's had better days.
I'm not going to make it 100. I'm going to be mean.
I think I'll take it to auction.
Choice is yours.
I think I'm going to put it into auction.
After 2 refusals, she walked away empty-handed. David splashed out £70 on the pocket watch, hoping to prove that time's money. And it was, but not that much. He was swept away by the £270 Tom Durkin painting.
I mean, this is a very beautiful picture in that it's real. You could feel you were on that beach.
He's hung it on his wall at home. You'll never make money that way, David. Although Karen was confident when it came to the Parry and bust.
I know Parian. I know it inside out.
But after laying down £120, she didn't see too heady a profit. Corrie saw a modest return on the £90 Victorian Locket. And Mary certainly had the upper hand with the £300 Georgian brooch.
Although it's very pretty, it's not big.
No, it's not big, but it's beautiful.
Bet Corrie doesn't feel the same way about her skimpy margin. So it's Mary who really came up trumps today. With her £300 profit, she made nearly double what our 4 professional dealers managed between them. You should go into business, Mary.
We've had a great day. There really has been a large crowd of people, bags of atmosphere, buying and selling. That's what I like to see all the time. Don't forget to join me, David Dickinson, next time for Dickinson's Real Deal. See you.